One of the other things that I found that I've learned since I've been out here is how and where to find what's called acote. Some people would call it fatwood. It's a highly combustible part of the pine tree that exists near the root. In a survival or even just basic fire starting situation, it comes in very beneficial rather than starting a fire with just regular matches and building it up. I mean, there's a million ways to start a fire, but if you're out in the bush or you're out in everything's wet and saturated and you're really looking for a way to start a fire, acote or fatwood is available in forest. Most of the times you're gonna come across it where a tree has been cut down, where forestry service or property owners or anybody who's been cutting down trees left a stump, and generally you're gonna find it close to the root. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some because it was nice and warm, but we're supposed to hit below freezing tonight, and I used up my last piece of acote during the last cold spell, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest some here and show you where to find it, how to find it, and how it works. So where you're going to find acote is you're going to find it in a stump. A lot of the stumps are, well, all the stumps are going to be solid stumps. You got to make sure you find a pine stump close to the root system. The root system should be pretty solid too. This one's been around for a while, but it's still this stump is still secreting its sap, and that sap is turpentine-like. It's highly flammable, highly combustible, and the way we harvest it is you just take your axe and knock little pieces off of it, and as you break it off, you can smell the intense pine. It almost smells like turpentine, but it is literally the sap. And as you get closer to the root, the closer you get to the root system, this is highly concentrated here, highly concentrated stuff. The closer you get to the root, like this piece right here, oh man, it is so rich with combustible turpentine. So as I can get closer here, and the smaller the pieces you can gather are usually the best because they go up quick. They burn hot, and you can get a fire started with that stuff. This is good stuff here. I'm taking this back up because it's going to be in the 20s tonight. Here we are, Memorial Day weekend, which is or Memorial Day, the start of summer, and we're about to have another freeze up here. But I'm going to keep that stuff because it lasts. It doesn't go bad as long as you. Wow, that stuff is rich. I'll split it up a little bit more. But you're going to find this stuff throughout the forest. It's going to be, like I said, there's stumps everywhere. You'll find stumps all over the place. But the best source is near the root. A tree that has been cut down and has not begun to decompose yet. If you got a tree that's decomposing and it's soft, or the tree was already dying before it was cut down. This was a live tree when it was cut down, but it possesses everything you need to start a fire here. Wow, that's good smelling stuff. And I don't like to waste this stuff. This stuff is worth its weight in gold when you're camping or or you're trying to start a fire and you're cold and you're hungry and it's rainy and wet and windy and all those good things, you can literally take a flint and start this stuff up pretty quick. But I want to knock a big chunk of it off. But it's real sticky too. It doesn't like to come off too easy. Ooh, that's a good piece. Yeah. So I just like to break it down and split it up into small pieces, because this stuff will go a long way if you're conservative with it. Keep some in your bug out bag. Keep some in your camping box, or however you prepare for stuff, whatever you use for preparing. And always remember where this stuff is, because you never know when you're going to need it. So I got a good batch of it here. I don't need to take any more than that. That'll last me, with just these pieces here, that'll last me a good while, probably into the winter. If I want to have a barbecue mid-fall or whatever, it's gonna be good. But this stuff is valuable stuff. A lot of bushcraft people, crafters know about it, but you know, I didn't know about it because I'm not from these parts. Let's see if this stuff, yeah, that stuff's dry. It's no good. But yeah, this is my little gold mine here, so I'm gonna protect it and honor it and use it and understand that it's here for me to thrive and not have to worry about combustible chemicals and starter fluid. But you shouldn't be using that stuff anyway if you know how to build a proper fire. So anyway, Akote Fatwood, good stuff for fire starting, bushcraft, survival situation. If you really needed to get a fire going in a high wind or damp situation, this is your stuff. So on to start my fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my fire with this Fatwood, just to show you how combustible it is. I know I'm inside, but this is where I'm gonna start my fire. It lights up pretty quick, and you can hear it sizzling. That's the turpentine, the accelerant that's in it, and it burns hot and it burns good. So I just set a piece of that into my my little stack of kindling there, and it'll get that going, no problem at all. So you know, I don't have to fight to start a fire. It pretty much just starts itself. But that's one of the good things about Akote Fatwood, that makes it so beneficial out here. I don't have to ever struggle to start a fire. I can just stick a piece of that in there and know that my fire is going to get started quickly and efficiently. So you know, I can literally just start building from there, and then shut the door, and then start throwing logs in there, and I don't even have to wrestle with it or nothing. It just starts. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut the door and put the plate in place, because without the plate be roaring here in just a couple of minutes. So, I said that's one of the good things about akote, fatwood. Find you some, get you some, use it, keep it, and you'll never go cold or go hungry if you have something to cook. So, all right, that fire is going now. It is roaring, and that's what I got it started with, just that little piece of akote that I stuck in there, a little bit of kindling, and now she's going. It's Memorial Day, the start of summer 2020, and we're in here in the cabin having to start a fire because it is probably about 20, 25, 26, maybe 30 degrees right now. So we're gonna hunker down. It's nighttime. Nikki's already in bed.
Yes, it's cold.
Her hands are cold, her feet are cold, so she's warming up, and
in my comforter that my mom made me.
Yes, that her mom made her. So it's good nighttime, and like, subscribe, and we're gonna go ahead and get nice and cozy while the rest of the planet is enjoying summer. So take care.